If you're building a SaaS product, let me tell you what's the best way to build an MVP using AI to make sure you get all the benefits with none of the downsides. And for context, my name is Guillermo and I run a tech studio called Seven Sigma. And over the past couple of years, we've built more than 20 MVPs for our clients. So the first step is get very clear about the problem that you're solving. And you don't need to go to ChatGPT or any tool yet. Just think about why are you solving the problem? Who's the people that have this problem? And what are potential solutions? Then once you've done that, now you go to ChatGPT and you don't tell it to build it yet. Just tell it, hey, I have this idea to solve this problem for this type of people. Brain dump everything. And a trick that I like to use is just record a voice note on your phone, get it transcribed, and paste it there. If you use Apple, you can just get the transcription, say to ChatGPT, hey, this is my idea, this is my brain dump, this is all the knowledge and ideas that I have now, help me refine it. And so what you want to do is you want to have that conversation with someone that has more knowledge than you. Ideally, you would go speak with an industry expert, but this is way faster and it's going to allow you to get out of this idea phase much quicker. But you want to get the idea refined. And more importantly, you need to figure out if there are different ways to solve this problem. Because, for example, let's take the idea of building a CRM for a specific industry. Maybe you go to ChatGPT and you realize that a CRM is not the best way to solve that problem. You're still solving the problem, but maybe you need a chatbot or you need a Telegram bot. I don't know. You want to make sure that you get a few ideas on how to approach the problem. Again, notice that we haven't started building anything yet. We're just getting very clear on the idea. And if I were to say the biggest issue or the biggest limitation that I see with clients that can work with us is that they come to us with unclear ideas and then we need to spend a lot of time figuring this out. So if they just came with this homework done well, we'll move so much faster. But once you have this ready, then the next step that you want to do is you want to tell ChatGPT to give you a list of features that you want to implement. And now you go to either Cursor or Replit, any AI coding tool. And what you want to tell it to do is you don't want to tell it to build the thing. Don't tell it to build the thing. You want to tell it to build a clickable UI for the thing. Tell it you want only the front end, you don't want any of the logic, any database connection, any authentication. Just build the UI components, make them clickable so that you can play around with how the tool works. Tell it use mock data, but don't implement any real business logic. And the reason you want to do that is because you're going to be in this phase for a while. You're going to be adding features, adding screens, adding functionality. And the moment you start adding logic, the issue with logic is that logic is kind of by definition very interconnected in your entire application. And so it's going to be a lot harder for AI to do it well. And you're going to spend most of your time just troubleshooting those issues. If instead you're just building the UI, AI is going to be very good because the code structure is going to be very flat. If you add new modules, they are going to be decoupled from the rest because you don't have that logic in between. You can just use mock data everywhere. Again, this is going to be terrible code, but you don't care. All you care about is you want to make sure that you see your product functioning. And then you want to stay again in this phase until you have something that you feel can be an MVP. Then the next step is you want to start taking things out of the MVP. You feel like all you have there is the minimum product. I can almost guarantee you it's not the minimum product. You can take things out, take functionality, and see what's the bare minimum that you can build that would still solve your user's problem in a good way. And you want to start refining that to get it to the bare minimum that you need to build. And once you do that, and please don't skip this step, you want to strip it down, make it super simple. Now you go ask Cursor or Replit. I'll take Cursor as an example. Tell it, hey, now I'm done with the prototyping. Write me a PRD, a product requirement document, for how this product would be built in reality. And then at this point is when you start building that MVP. And now, the moment you start building it, depending on how complex you ended up, depending on how complex your product ended up being, you might be able to get it done with AI quite well, or if it has some complexity to it, you might need some sort of tech partner. But again, at this point, you've skipped the mistakes that 99% of the founders make. And I can tell you this from experience. You've gotten clear of what you're building, you've played around with an actual clickable prototype, and you have the simplest functionality. This will save you more hours and more dollars than any other trick or AI coding tutorial will ever do, because the biggest problem is just investing into things that can't be done. And this process, once you get good with it, you'll be able to do it in a couple of days, and then you have a final product. And then let's say you're ready to take it and make it into an MVP. Well, you can either come to partner with someone like us, where we'll take that, we'll refine it a little bit, but then we'll build it, and we can skip all the discovery process because you've done all the heavy lifting yourself. Or again, even if you go and build it with AI, AI will have a much easier time getting it built and making it ready for production, because it's not having to deal with stuff that is not necessary. So that's it for this video. Hopefully it's helpful. Let me know what you think, and I will catch you in the next one.